Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to another live beer review here on the Beer Patrol. I'm Average Joe, and today I'm joined by a special guest, one of my favorite beer tubers that is no longer a beer tuber, and that is none other than Lee Russell from the They Must Be Destroyed on-site movie podcast. He formerly had Hougly's beer reviews, which he retired a couple years ago. So, Lee, thanks for joining me, and how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, Joe, and thanks for having me on the premier beer review channel on YouTube.
We need you settle down.
All others are imitators and haters, and you are the only one worth watching anymore.
Yeah, that's all incorrect, but it's okay. You can be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. No, so Lee was nice enough to send me my inaugural beer mail for my channel. There is a link in the description right now. Unfortunately, YouTube, for some reason, is giving me issues with the hyperlink, so can't really click on it, but it's on my channel. You can find it. It's like a week ago. And he was nice enough to send me 7 beers in total, 6 of which were from the from Nova Scotia, the province of Nova Scotia. Most of them, I think, are from Halifax, though, including the one we're reviewing today, which is from the North Brewing Company out of Halifax, Nova Scotia. This is their Malternate Reality.
Yep.
So this is a New England-style IPA. Comes in at 6.3% alcohol by volume and 51 IBUs. Comes in a 473 milliliter or 16-ounce tall boy can. Ingredients are water, malted barley, wheat, spelt, oats, hops, yeast. So yeah, what do you know about this brewery, Lee? Because you are the man who sent it to me, and I know you've had this beer before, so curious to know.
Yeah, so they've been around for a while now. I think they've been around since about 2013, if I'm not mistaken. I knew them at first as Bridge Brewing, but they changed the name because there's a Bridge Brewing in Vancouver, I believe. So like about a year into their production, they decided, oh, we'll change the name so we don't end up in any lawsuits or anything, because I guess they were planning on expanding pretty big. When I was still on the Friday night hangouts with Jim Sear, when he was still running that, they were always drinking this stuff because Jim, is in the Halifax area, so you could always get this stuff. And this was the new cool brewery because they were like focusing at the time purely on Belgian style stuff. They were only selling growlers at the time. They basically just had lineups of people all the time at their shop in the select hours they were open, getting growlers and getting the hell out of there with their growlers. But they've since expanded. I think they have 2 different locations now in Halifax. They bottle. You can get all of their stuff in both 4-packs. You can get 650. It's either 650 or 750 milliliter.
750 mils, it shows on the site.
Yeah, bottles, and I think they're the caged and corked, like traditional Belgian style stuff. And you can get the growlers. So, and they're probably on tap in several good bars in Halifax as well. But yeah, they've been expanding pretty quickly, and they've really sort of jumped up in the last couple of years. Malternate Reality really isn't a Belgian style per se, but they do. I'm sure if you ask them, they'd say, "Well, here's the Belgian influence in this that you might not know about, you stupid person." But they seem to have jumped onto some trends and stuff just to expand their market a little bit.
And the artwork, it says it's by Paul Hammond, YO/RO Studio. So I wonder if it's like collective arts where a lot of their stuff is done by like freelance artists and whatnot.
It looks like it. All their cans are like pretty diverse. Like every can looks really different from the other one. So I would assume they contract local artists for all their stuff.
Yeah. Their website is pretty cool. It's northbrewing.ca, and just like Lee said, they list the flavors of this beer, the IBUs and the alcohol, but also how Lee was talking about the individual packaging. It actually has the price. I think that would be at the brewery probably a little bit more expensive than NSLC, but $4.49 for one of these cans Canadian, $16.96 for a 4-pack, $6.50 for the 750, and $15 for a growler fill. So actually pretty good prices when you take things into consideration, because those are very similar prices that we pay in the US, but you get your dollars a little bit less than ours. So that's a good deal. Anyway, let's crack it open, unless you already cracked yours open, you mother effer.
I did. Want to let it breathe, baby. Breathe a little bit.
Oh, baby, this is filled to the brim, baby. Let me get from the water. Hey, baby, Bill went everywhere, daddy. Get this up for here.
So I should mention, so your batch is from
318.
Yeah, for March. Mine is 1 month earlier.
Yeah.
But but from my experience, this stuff ages pretty well in the can. It's not super like dependent on the hops. So
yeah, and on top of that, I mean, I just had an other half. So other half brewing over here. I had what beer? I had this beer yesterday. Broccoli, 6 months old, still tasting fantastic. So yes, fresher is better all the time, but at the same time, a couple months on your, I don't think you have to worry. You know, I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Hey, the ice cream truck's outside. Okay, so anyway, pours out, has a nice, vibrant, like bright orange color, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely hazy as hell.
Oh yeah, lots of haze, baby.
Yeah.
This was
this was my first exposure to this style, by the way. So.
Oh, really? So this was your first go into the New England style? Yeah. I mean, it plays the role in New England style. It's hazy, has this vibrant orange color, about a finger of an off-white head. Looks relatively creamy. Maybe it looks like every other beer in the style for the most part.
Yeah.
Get an aroma. Yeah, that actually still smells very pungent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all kinds of tropical fruits like pineapple, melon. I don't know what hops they're using. Do you know why they don't list them?
I'm not sure. I'd assume it's something along the lines of like Galaxy or something like that, or
Citra, Mosaic, the Simcoes of the world. Yeah, it definitely has a very reminiscent New England style nose on it that you get in so many of them nowadays.
It's got I find it's got a really kind of like I said, it's got like spelt and stuff in it. It's definitely got like a really kind of grainy malt background to it.
Almost has like a Pilsner malt vibe to it, like crackery, like you're saying, grainy. And so many of them are doing that. They're using just like Pilsner malt or pale malt and just being able to have those hops carry through and the malt be a secondary, I guess, character of the beer.
Right.
Yeah. Tangerine, Tangelo, Peter. All the Tangelo.
Tangelo.
But no, like tangerine, melon, pineapple, mango. You could sit here and probably list like 10 different fruits, and I don't think anyone would be wrong.
Yeah, and it's definitely fruits more on the sort of like sour side. It's definitely not like your sweeter like berries and stuff like that. It's definitely like your more soury citrus, tart citrus kind of stuff.
Yeah, or even like the melon tone I'm getting is kind of like if you had a honeydew, but you're more closer to the rind, like the white part of it, not the like the sweet flesh of it. That's what I'm kind of getting. Yeah, I mean, it smells like a bouquet of awesomeness. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Doesn't smell bad, let's say that. So, cheers, Lee. Let's get into it.
Cheers, buddy.
That is nice. That spelt and that oat, you can feel it on the feel. It's creamy. It's soft. It actually has a 100% proper mouthfeel for the style, no doubt.
Yeah, and they just they didn't do what some breweries do, just dump a ton of flour into their
tired hands. We're gonna be using wheat flour, baby, which I think is some breweries do. Which I don't know if that's cheating.
I don't know if there's actually cheating for this style or not. I don't who cares really?
It's super. It's crazy drinkable. Like I'm just into it.
No, I mean if there's a 6.3 beer out there that's crushable, this is kind of it.
Yeah.
Like, even with its slightly higher mouthfeel, it still kind of drinks as smooth as like a session IPA or something along those lines. It's just got those flavors from the nose are still there in the taste, but they're not overpowering. It doesn't have overpowering bitterness. It's a nice bitterness at the end, but it's just perfect enough. It's refreshing enough and light enough where it's like, yeah, I can just drink it all the time. Don't have to think about it too much, but good stuff.
I'd say the flavors, the beer isn't, I think the aroma is more complex than the actual taste is the way I'd say. There's more going on in the nose, but the taste it's just very inviting. You just want to keep on going back. It's dare I say quaffable.
Yeah.
It really
that's why I want to get 4-packs of this. We can only buy it in singles right now.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. I'd say this is like a upper medium body for 6.3. It's not thin at all, Paul. Not thin. Actually has a proper body. Like I said, mouth feels soft. Pillowy. It's the body and mouthfeel are what, like, I get so excited. Like a lot of the reviews I've done on my channel so far, like the first thing I talk about is body and mouthfeel. But honestly, when you have a good body and a mouthfeel on a beer, it makes it so easy to drink regardless of the flavors. It really does. So, but yeah, no, like you were saying, like the nose had more of like a sour twang to it, the fruit. In the taste, I'm getting more like a slightly bitter, like citrus, like a white grapefruit, maybe like not a super sweet orange, that melon rind. But it does have some nice juiciness to it, but it has a nice bitterness to balance everything out as well.
It's like I'm trying to think of the juice. Not quite grapefruit, but it's like an unsweetened juice that you can buy at the market, like maybe tangerine juice or something like that,
or like a really fresh orange juice. Because a lot of times, if you have like a hand squeezed orange juice, like fresh, it's not like super sweet, like a lot of the store bought ones are. Yeah, I mean, this is not, if you've never had, I mean, again, I'm having it 2 months old, a little bit older. Lee's having it 3 months old. But even taking that in context, the 2 months in a can is fine. 3 months in a can should be fine. We always want to try as fresh as can be. But with all that said, this is drinking extremely well for the age on it and also for what it should be. And I'm enjoying it. It's not overly complex, not going to blow anyone's socks off from just a flavor profile, but the entire drinking experience is very, very nice.
And I can attest to like having super fresh cans of this too. Virtually no difference. Like I'm honestly, this hasn't faded at all.
Nice.
So I mean, this is good in the can for at the very least 3 months.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I did that other half beer, 6 months old. People go crazy. Was it as good as I had it with like a week old? No, but did it fall off by 10%? Maybe, but it's 6 months old. Like that's still very good. So this is very similar to that based on what you're saying, and it's an awesome drinking experience. We'll hit comments and then we'll go final thoughts and ratings. We'll rate out of 5. I mean, that was your old scale. That's my scale. I know even if we did 10, you could convert, unlike Peter had trouble last time. Craig had beer review says, "Hey dudes, snazzy looking cans. Yeah, they are pretty sweet. I like them. Not overly crazy."
I was hoping Craig would notice my can at some point.
He notices everybody's can. Earth says, "Cheers, gentlemen." Cheers, Earth.
Hey, Earth.
Nick says, Maxwell Stars, or Nick from Maxwell Star, who's going to be joining us in the review after this. So I guess shout out to him. He says, "Ice cream distractions equal unprofessional. Shape it up." I know you're fat like me, Nick. So yeah, I know that excited you. Excited me. Trust me. I was into it. So I wish I could have ran out there and got something. Anyway, Craig says, "Hi, Earth, small world." Redbeard shows up and says, "Evening all. What's up, Redbeard?" Jaded Diva reviews and tour says, "Hi guys, what's in the glass?" Malternate Reality from North Brewing Company. Jaded, you probably can't get this. It's all the way on the opposite side of the continent in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. But that's what we're drinking. Lee was nice enough to send me a beer mail. What else we have? And Nick says, "The way this is going, 6-month-old IPAs will be the thing, and you'll get shit for drinking them too fresh. Aged can trailblazers."
Yeah, well, I mean, you never know where the trend's going to go with this shit. Like, it just gets so ridiculous. I mean, I would like breweries to start focusing on making more IPAs that aren't going to fucking crumble after 2 weeks in the bottle, you know? Like,
honestly, though, a lot of it is consumer. I guess I think that consumers, because you will see people drink a can of IPA, any style, like a month old, and they'll mention it and they'll tell you, "Oh my God, it's a month old." So I mean, I get it. I'm kind of the same way. If I drink a beer for the first time ever, everyone's preference should be drinking as fresh as possible, see what the brewer intended it. But like here you have the three-tier system. So a lot of times fresh beers don't show up fresh. I know in Canada, specifically in Ontario, but I know where you are, Lee, stuff doesn't show up super fresh all the time. So you got to review what you got to review. I wish people wouldn't get so crazy about freshness of beers, because a lot of people won't even buy them if they're like 6 weeks old IPAs. They're like, "I won't touch them." I get it. But at the same time, you'll be surprised at how many of these do hold up for months. And this is a perfect example. The other half I drank last night was a perfect example. So don't be scared. All right. So Chris says, "Hello, mofos."
Hey, Chris.
Hello, Chris. And then Jaden says, "LOL, nope, no, you won't be able to get this. This is relatively small brewery in Halifax." So, yeah, and then just some pleasantries exchanged by everyone. So, appreciate everyone stopping by.
They're all getting along, baby.
Oh, baby, they're high-fiving, baby, until Redbeard gets drunk and then someone has to choke him. So, final thoughts. What I rating out of 5? What's your final thoughts on this? This is obviously, like you said, your first New England-style IPA, so...
Yeah, this is my first introduction. I've had a couple other beers since then. Like Nova Scotia is like sort of gearing up into that craze now, where we all got to do this sort of style to some extent. And so far, this has been the best one I've had out of all the examples. I think it's just a really good, easy drinking beer. Good for the summer. it's not one of those IPAs that's going to crumble after 2 weeks and just be undrinkable for anybody. You know, it's one of those ones that holds up really well. And overall, this is probably about a 4.25 for me out of 5.
I figured that's where you're gonna go. I'm gonna go 4 out of 5. It was like if I could do like a 4.15, I guess I could if I want. There's no rules.
Oh yeah,
I'd probably go 4 out of 5. It's the drinkability and the body mouthfeel are what kind of wins the day for me with this beer. You could drink a 4-pack, and it's not huge on the ABV, so you could enjoy it over the course of a day, barbecue, or even just on a hangout for 3 hours. The flavors aren't overwhelming, which are nice. I think it's nice. I don't always want everything to be in your face, and as Paul likes to say, bombastic. It doesn't always have to be that way, because I think you've said it before, Lee, and I'm with you. A beer doesn't need to be complex to be good.
No.
It needs to be good to be good, and this is just good.
Yeah.
So that's all it comes down to. So that was Malternate Reality from the North Brewing Company out in Halifax, Nova Scotia. If you guys have had it out there, which I'm sure a lot of my viewers don't even...
Halifax? Where's that?
They have beer in Nova Scotia? Yeah, they do. And there's some good stuff. But yeah, if anyone's had it, leave some comments, comment, subscribe. But I do enjoy the comments. Obviously, we have the live comments going on, but if you're watching this after fact, throw some comments down in the comment section. Lee's going to plug his channel, mostly his podcast, though, because Lee, most of the stuff he does on YouTube now is podcast related, although he does the occasional Hougly whiskey and spirit review. And he actually had a vintage series when you did the Fuller's review like 5 or 6 months ago. So you'll see once in a while Lee bust stuff out of the cellar and do a beer review, but he is, for all intents and purposes, done. He's done as a full-time beer tuber. He's not going to pull a Chads and come out of retirement at any point.
No, none of that nonsense. I'm too upset with all the current beer community to give a fuck about contributing.
Get off his lawn!
Exactly. So if you're interested in a podcast about movies, and we sort of cover just about a little bit of everything from the schlocky to the sort of top dollar stuff, They Must Be Destroyed on site. You can find us on Apple Podcasts. You can go to tmbdos.podbean.com to find all of our episodes there and all of our requisite links and all that stuff. So if you're interested, check that out.
Description.
Me and another fellow former beer tuber, Daniel Harper, are the main hosts on that. And we also have Paul from PA Brew News, baby. He's also a contributor to that when he can, bother to show up and watch the movies and stuff. So it's good stuff.
Doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, and so if you go to my YouTube channel, and if you're aware of that, Lee Russell on YouTube, where I still have all my old beer reviews and shit if you want to go through all that garbage. But I also post a YouTube version of my podcast on that as well, if you want to actually just watch still pictures on YouTube and listen to audio. If that's your thing, if you're that fucking weird, you can go there and check that out.
That's this guy right here, fucking weirdo McWeirdy. All of the links that Lee were talking about are in the description, along with a link to the beer mail that he sent me. Like I said, YouTube's not having the hyperlinks going on now, so hopefully it fixes itself, or I'll try to fix it. But if you want to see all the beers he sent me, there is a special beer in the beer mail he sent me I'm probably going to keep for like my 50th or maybe 100th review. So, so we'll do one more look at comments, and then we'll shut it down. We have, oh boy, a lot of comments, actually. Okay, we have Redbeard. Redbeard says 2 months is more or less my max age for an IP that I'll buy, LOL. I mean, yeah, if I'm trying something fresh and I'm buying it personally, 2 months is probably the max I'd go. But I'm not scared to try stuff and just give your honest opinion. I mean, you never know till you try it. You never know what you're gonna like. That's just how it works.
I'll give Redbeard credit. It's a fairly solid policy, but this beer is one of the exceptions to the rules where it sits in the can pretty well for upwards of 4 or 5 months. So,
and it's 2 months. I got it at 2 months, so it's right within that wheelhouse. So I don't have any issues whatsoever. Not that I would. Lee's nice enough to send me beer. I'm not gonna be like, Lee, why wasn't it? No, it's awesome being able to try it.
I was hoping for that. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Why? I'm gonna drain pour it on camera. Yeah, no. I'm glad we did a dual review, because I'm digging this, and I'm glad it's like one of your favorite of the selection you've had of doing this style IPs. It's one of your favorites, so that's good. Nick says IPAs, I want to review them before they hit 2 or 3 months, but most other styles are fine if you hang on to them for 6 or more. Yeah, I mean, that's that's fine. I know you never do that, Nick, because all you do is hoard beer and don't drink it. So I mean,
yeah.
I know you always don't hit that. He also says freshness as times is overrated. 2-week-old beer drain pours is just cunts wasting beer. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the New England style, and I don't know if Lee can speak to this, but there's a lot of, like, people talk about hot burn, green astringency, whatever word you want to use. But a lot of these sometimes are harsh the first couple of weeks. You drink them, and it's like you drink half the can and your throat's on fire, and you don't know why. There's no peppers in the beer. There's nothing going on.
I've had beers that are like that. So yeah, and it's weird because are you willing to spend the time to play a game with a beer like that? Like wait a couple weeks and then pick it up again and see? I don't know.
I almost look for feedback, whether it's locally here with friends or on tap or just online. If someone says, "Hey, this beer's quite harsh, a week or two old," I'll buy a can of it and I won't drink it maybe to the 4 or 5 week old mark, just because I don't want to experience the one can I have being harsh and not drinkable.
You see, I'm at a disadvantage there. I have no friends,
and you have no beer because you're in a wasteland.
Exactly.
Yeah. Chris says, "Sounds nice. Hopefully, there's one in this box that he picked up from Nick." No, there's not. So, sorry,
no,
Chris.
But Zach, I do owe you a beer mail. So just get ready, sir.
Nice. So maybe it will be then. Chris, you get to try it, baby. Smooth. #smooth. Eric Alliance fan says, "What up, Joe? What's up, Eric? Thanks for swinging by, son. I ate meatloaf in honor of you tonight. That's on me, but also on you. Ma, the meatloaf. Fuck. All right.
No,
so
keep the meatloaf inside you. I just like that you ate it for us. You don't have to put it on us. That's
true. Redbeard says agreed, but sometimes it makes a massive difference as well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It all depends. I don't think you'll meet anyone that drinks craft beer that if you tell them you should drink an IPA older and not pick it up fresh, they would probably agree with you. We all want to pick it up fresh, just sometimes it's not worth it, and you can't do it. So then Nick says he can't get that. Craig says tap the bell. You could click the bell. I highly recommend you don't do that, because who wants updates from my shitty channel? Not me. Nick says, but there will be plenty of juice forthcoming this upcoming week. Yeah, because you got Trailway and stuff. That's gross. Chris says, ring the bell. Do not. Earth says, most of the fam is in here. They know what's up, man. We're a big, happy family. Maybe not always happy, but sometimes. Nick says, hail to the king of beer tube, baby. Former king. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll settle down.
We all agreed it was that Craig is the new king of beer tube, so just leave it at that.
That is true. Earth says, what's the beer for next week? Settle down, Andrew Watts.
Whoa, Jesus.
The beer that's coming up in about 10 minutes is Two Crows. How do you say it?
Lies.
It's a Belgian-style table beer. Should be interesting, and Nick's going to join us for that. So, yeah, plug in the next review. 10 minutes, we're doing another review. Nick from Maxwell Star is going to join us, and we're going to have a party. Maybe a trio review, Daddy. Eric says, Schlitz Bull Ice for Monday, Earth. That's on you, Eric. All on you, buddy.
Oh, go on now.
He said Malt Liquor Monday Fools because he does Malt Liquor Mondays. I prefer Western New York Wednesdays, but you stick with your Malt Liquor Mondays and have fun. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Earth says it's Friday. Beer is coming. Yeah, a lot of beer. And that's what we're doing. So appreciate y'all guys all stopping by, commenting. And like I said, about 10 minutes, we'll be coming back. We'll be doing the table beer from Two Crows. And we're going to have Nick joining us. And thank you to Lee, not only for the beer he sent me, but to do a duo review. It's awesome because, baby, he's retired, baby. He shows up on my channel.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be on your channel, sir.
What a liar. What a goddamn liar you are, Lee. Come on.
Why don't people ever believe me when I say nice things?
Because no one ever says nice things about me or my channel. So come on.
Oh, and no, I just thought I never say nice things.
Oh, well, you don't usually in general. But so when you don't say nice things and no one says nice things about my channel, this is where we end up. Also, preemptively, I want to get this out there. I don't have a clean uniform, Greg. So sorry. That's where we'll end. Yeah. So all right, guys, we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks a lot. Cheers.